everyone, more of the pre-holiday releases that we got to take advantage of as VIB Rouges. I've got some Tarte today for you, in fact quite a bit of it. One of these items I guess technically is not a holiday Tarte item, but it was new, so and it's kind of got a whole theme. There's this theme that Tarte has going on, this whole Moroccan Bazaar thing going on with this interesting pattern and, you know, kind of the mandala thing going on. So I have two of those products today for you, and one is an eyeshadow palette and one is a blush highlighter palette. Okay, first of all, the eyeshadow palette. This is called Buried Treasure. B-U-R-I-E-D, but I think it's trying to be kind of funny and talk about berries, because these are berry toned eyeshadows. I have this on today and I think it's so pretty. These are some really soft look colors. They give you sort of a soft look on the eye, sort of a soft focus thing. Most of these are shimmers, metallics. There are a few mattes in here. This one, and this one are mattes. I'll show you how I put this on today, but I think this is really pretty and cute. I really like the color theme in here, but I really like what they did with these sort of wavy bubbles. And I guess that's more on the sea treasure type theme, are these little bubbles of color. This is really different than your standard pans. I have several of these colors on today. Let me swatch these for you. Turn the brightness down a little bit so you can see them better. These are your colors. So they're a mixture of sort of berries, lavender, pink, and peach. There's even a really bright copper in there. They're just really pretty. They're soft and pretty and pink themed and berry themed. They do have names. They're on the back. They all have to do with the sea or islands or swimming. So I will show you what I used, what I applied today. First of all, on my lid, I used the large color here, which is called Snorkel. It is a nice, glittery, intensely peach. I didn't think it was going to be quite so peach on the eye. I thought it was going to be a little more pink, but it is quite peach. It's really pretty. It has just a little bit of glitter, just not too much glitter. It's not too fallouty. Some of the other colors I got into that were a little fallouty though, these are not super pigmented shadows. They're kind of a little more thin, a little more light looking, a little more airy looking. In my crease, I applied the color called Booty. Applied that in the crease. It's not a real pigmented crease color. It's a very light buff color. That one is matte. Not a super pigmented color. For my highlight, I used the color called Coconut. And then for my outer corner, I used this beautiful berry purple metallic called Naughty. Like N-A-U-T-I, like nautical. And then the very outer corner, I put a little bit of the color called Dive. Now that looks like a deep plum matte with a little bit of glitter thrown into it, but it is not all that pigmented. It didn't really show up when I put it on. It doesn't show up very strongly. I put it on top of the purple color called Naughty. Maybe that is why, but it is not as pigmented as you might think. It is a little more sheer. Inner corner of my eye, I put the color called Fin, and I dotted some of that Fin color on my lid with my finger. It doesn't have a whole lot of impact, however. Just kind of a little more glitter, more lightly colored glitter, lined under my eyes with the metallic Naughty color, and a little bit more of the Fin color toward the inside here. I think this is pretty. It's just pretty and soft. I do love these two colors here. This one's not super pigmented, but these here are very natural and light. I think it's just pretty. It's just cute and pretty. It has this whole mandala kind of theme, Moroccan Bazaar, and that brings us into the palette for your cheeks. This is blushes and highlighters. It's called Blush Bazaar Amazonian Clay Blush Palette. The Amazonian Clay blushes to me a lot of times will look very dull, very matte, just very bland to me. They're not really colorful. They don't have any you know, natural skin finish sheen to them. They don't have any shine, glimmer, glitter, or anything like that. They don't go duochrome, so they're not my favorite blushes in the world. But why I bought this palette was because online it looks totally gorgeous. When I first saw it online, I was like, I gotta have that. It does say it's new. I don't think it's particularly a holiday item. It does say it's new. Look at this online. Online, I want you to look at these gorgeous colors. Looks very red and coral based, doesn't it? Look at that. Reds, corals, bright, brick colors. And I thought, man, for fall, every one of those looks like a hit. They're all very bright red. And then when I got the palette, it looked nothing like that. Let me show you. It is totally not like that. And this is one of those nail breaker clasps. It will not open. So I have to get scissors and jam in there and open it. I hate those. Tarte does that a lot, actually. I mean, look, they're pink. They're pink. It has this sort of tear-off flap in the middle here, I guess to keep the two sides separate. But see how different it looks from the regular picture? And it wasn't just on my iPad that it looked like this. It was on my Mac, it was on my PC, it was on my iPad. All of them looked like this, these bright reds. Because I looked at this several times before I finally bought it. And I was only buying it because of all those beautiful reds. Well, this is just another, it just strikes me as another Tarte blush, Amazonian clay blush palette with the same old dusty mauves and dusty pinks. And I do not like the highlighters in here at all. There are two colors in here that I think are pretty. I have one of them on right now. That's because they have a bit of a skin finish, a bit of a natural finish, and not this sort of super matte and dull finish that the other, the Amazonian clay blushes have. And those two colors are Dainty and Extraordinary. This is Extraordinary and this is Dainty. They're very peach based. So let me show you Extraordinary. It has a glitter in it. It has a golden duochrome. So therefore I love it. I love it. It's duochrome. It reminds me of so many other peach and gold duochrome blushes that I just fall right for. And then the other color I like that I do have on is Dainty. That has another nice shiny, moist looking skin finish. This is like a watermelon color. It's a bright pink watermelon-y color, and it has a bit of a shine to it. So that's why I like it. I feel like blushes with a little bit of skin shine like that look a little nicer and more natural and younger than, say, these just very flat matte blushes. Let me show you some of the other blush colors on here. There's one right there that's called Authentic. Very bright color over here called Exhilarating. Very bright pink. And that's right there. I just, it's just another one of their palettes that has those same tones in it. And then the highlighters I do not like at all because they are grainy. They are grainy, not all that impactful. Here's another one. They give you two highlighters in this kit. They feel very hard. This one is real grainy. It's a gold, but it's just real grainy. This whiter one is better. That one is called Worthy, and then the gold one is called Whimsical, but it's very grainy. So just another blush palette that I just don't love. I love those two colors. I wish I could just take those two colors out, but the rest of it's just not doing it for me. So a lot of people really like the Amazonian clay blushes, and I do, you know, they do stay on very well. They are a long-wearing formula. They've been around forever, and they probably have a million shades out by now, but I don't know why I never reach for them. I just never reach for them in my drawer. I have so many pretty, shiny Becca blushes and MAC blushes and everything else that I use. So those are my Tarte selections. I'm really excited about that Milk Makeup highlighter quad. I've been looking at the Milk Makeup highlighters for a while now and have never bought one, so that'll be my first experience with those. So I have a lot of brushes to wash, so I'm going to go do that. These are my brushes that need washing. And there's more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.